Hi, second graders. We're going to just do a quick review today for math. So I have a sign here that says, what is the name of each coin? What is the value? So let's take a look. This first coin we know is a penny, and its value is 1 cent. This next coin is a nickel, and we know its value is 5 cents. This coin is a dime, and we know its value is 10 cents. And the last one, this coin is a quarter, and we know that its value is 25 cents. Keep working at home, practicing your coins and adding them together and working on your different amounts of money. We're going to work on a couple of word problems today. And so they both involve subtraction. I thought it would be a good idea if we reviewed a couple of our little poems that we learned to help us remember how to do our subtraction problems appropriately. So let's first look at this one, and we use this for subtraction without ungrouping. So we learned more on the top, no need to stop. So when I'm looking at 66 minus 12, I see that 6 is more than 2. So more on the top, no need to stop. 6 minus 2 equals 4. 6 minus 1 equals 5. So our answer is 54. So that's an example of subtraction without ungrouping. Next, let's take a look at subtraction with ungrouping. The poem tells us, more on the floor, go next door, ungroup and get 10 more. So 54 minus 19. I look here and I see, more on the floor, I need to go next door and get 10 more. So my 4 is going to add that group of 10 to it. So 10 plus 4 equals 14. 14 minus 9 equals 5. 4 minus 1 equals 3. So my answer is 35. So again, that's an example of subtraction with ungrouping. More on the floor, go next door. And the last one, numbers the same, 0 is the game. 2 minus 2 is 0. 7 minus 2 is 5. The numbers are the same. 0 is the game. And this is subtraction with 0. So let's get started. I'm going to read the problem to you. And we're probably going to need to read it twice to make sure we got all of the information and that we can think it through so that we solve the problem correctly. So the problem says, there were 181 acorns on the ground in Connor's front yard. He picked up some of them. Now there are 66 acorns left in his yard. How many acorns did Connor pick up? So I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to read it again because my brain's trying to process all of the information. And I want to focus on answering the question that they're asking us. So there were 181 acorns on the ground in Connor's front yard. He picked up some of them. Now there are 66 acorns left in his yard. The question is, how many acorns did Connor pick up? So the problem tells us that there were 181 on the ground to start. He started picking some up, and when we look at the ground, there are 66 left on the ground. So they want to know how much is what Connor picked up. What did he collect? How many of those acorns? So we're going to use the numbers 181 and the number 66 to solve the problem. And we're going to do subtraction. So 181 minus 66. I'm looking at my ones column and I see more on the floor, so I need to go next door. There's my 10 more. So 11 minus 6 equals 5. 7 minus 6 equals 1. And 1 minus 0 equals 1. So my answer is 115. And the question was, how many acorns did Connor pick up? So I want to make sure that I write 115 acorns. It's important that we label our problem in order to answer the question correctly. Next, we're going to go on to another problem. Okay, now we're going to solve another problem. And it says, Zoe and Maxa went shopping at the mall. Together, the girls spent $92. Zoe spent $58 on new clothes. How much money did Maxa spend at the mall? Okay, I'm going to take a second and I'm going to look at the problem again to really know what they're asking me so that I can solve it successfully. So, Zoe and Maxa went shopping at the mall. Together, the girls spent $92. Important number. Zoe spent $58 on new clothes. How much money did Maxa spend at the mall? So if I wanted to use a Math Mountain to solve this, I know that in a Math Mountain, the total is always at the top. So it tells us together the girls spent $92. So the 92 would be at the top of my Math Mountain. And we know that Zoe spent $58. Putting my symbols in. So now, in this part of the Math Mountain, I need to figure out how much did Maxa spend. So I know that I can take 92 minus 58 to solve the problem. And I see from the rules earlier, I remember more on the floor, go next door. I'm going to take off these dollar symbols because I don't want to confuse you. We can add them at the end. So more on the floor, I'm going to go next door and get that group of 10. 12 minus 8 equals 4. 8 minus 5 equals 3. So my answer is 34. So in the question, it asks, how much money did Maxa spend at the mall? So we need to label the answer 34 with a dollar symbol. So we know that the answer is $34. If you didn't get a chance to solve this while I was doing them, it's okay if you want to take time and do them on your own. Just find some scratch paper and take your time and work through the problems. You can even go in the problem and circle the numbers that you're using to solve the problems. You can also use a drawing if you need to help you make a proof drawing so that you know that your answer is also correct. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for working with me, and I will see you soon. Bye.